Imagine waking up one day and realizing that your financial life is completely under your control. You're no longer worrying about bills, scrambling for opportunities, or feeling like you're stuck in a cycle that never ends. You feel confident, secure, and empowered, knowing that every dollar you earn, every decision you make, and every habit you practice is moving you closer to the life you want. That life is not reserved for a few lucky people. It's available to anyone willing to adopt the right habits and stay consistent. Financial success is not about luck, instant results, or getting rich quick. It is built through small, smart, deliberate actions repeated over time. The truth is, your income alone will never make you wealthy. Your network, your mindset, the way you manage money, and the choices you make every day are far more important than the numbers in your paycheck. Too many people focus on the wrong things, chasing instant gratification or flashy appearances, while ignoring the habits that actually create lasting financial security. This video will reveal 8 habits that have the power to transform your financial life completely. These are not complicated strategies or secret formulas. They are practical, actionable habits that you can start applying today. They will teach you how to control your money before it controls you. Invest in yourself so your value keeps growing. Save and invest with discipline. Build multiple streams of income. Surround yourself with the right people. Think long-term and maintain the mindset that ensures all your efforts compound into real results. By the time you finish watching, you will have a clear understanding of the steps you need to take every single day to take control of your finances. You will know how to turn ordinary habits into extraordinary results. You will see how small, consistent actions repeated over weeks, months, and years become the foundation for financial freedom. This is the path that separates those who struggle financially from those who succeed, and it all begins with the choices you make right now. If you are ready to stop living paycheck to paycheck, to break free from financial stress, and to start building a life where money works for you, not against you, then this video is your guide. Every habit you adopt, every decision you make, and every moment you invest in yourself will compound into freedom, security, and the life you deserve. This is your moment to take control, and by following these 8 smart habits, you can start shaping your financial future today. Habit 1, Part 1. Why financial discipline is the foundation of wealth. The first step to financial success is not about how much money you make. It is about what you do with the money you already have. Discipline is the foundation. Without discipline, even a large income can slip through your fingers, leaving you with nothing but stress and regret. Think about how many people you know who earn well, yet they are always broke, always chasing the next paycheck. The problem isn't income. The problem is the lack of discipline. Money without control is like water poured into a broken bucket. No matter how much you pour in, it will always run out. Discipline means you decide how every dollar will work for you before it arrives. It means refusing to let emotions dictate your spending. It means having a plan for your money and sticking to it even when temptation calls. You don't build wealth by accident. You build it through deliberate, consistent choices made day after day. When you learn discipline, you gain control. And when you gain control, money becomes a tool that serves you instead of ruling you. Discipline is not about depriving yourself of everything enjoyable. It's about understanding balance. You enjoy some today, but you also prepare for tomorrow. You don't need to live in scarcity. You need to live with intention. The difference between the successful and the struggling is not intelligence. It is discipline. Success comes when you learn to say no to waste, no to impulses, and yes to a plan that honors your future. The world is full of distractions designed to take your money away. Odd times scream at you. Friends push you to keep up. Emotions tempt you into quick gratification. But discipline shields you from all of that. Discipline tells you, I decide, not the world. And that decision is powerful because when you keep your money under control, you build confidence, freedom, and opportunity. Without discipline, you'll always feel like a slave to money. With discipline, money becomes your servant. Financial discipline also builds character. Each time you practice it, you grow stronger. You prove to yourself that you can stick to a budget, that you can control your desires, that you can think long-term. These small wins compound, just like interest in a savings account. The discipline you show with money spills over into other areas of life, your work, your health, your relationships. You become a stronger, more reliable person overall. And success starts to follow you everywhere. And here's the truth, you can't outsource discipline. No one else can do it for you. You have to build it within yourself. That's what makes it so valuable. You can hire people to manage investments, you can find tools to track expenses, but the core decision to control yourself, to be patient, to stick to your plan, that's all on you. And if you don't build that muscle, no amount of advice or strategy will save you. You don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to be consistent. Maybe at first, it's simply setting aside a small percentage of your income, even when it feels uncomfortable. Maybe it's tracking your expenses for the first time so you can see where your money really goes. Each small step of discipline creates, over time, that momentum becomes habits. And those habits create results, yet compound year after year. Discipline is also freedom. Without it, you'll always worry. You'll wonder if the paycheck will last. You'll fear emergencies. You'll panic when opportunities arise because you can't afford to take them. With discipline, you build reserves, you create options, you gain the power to make choices without fear. And that is the real reward of wealth, freedom to live on your terms. Many people search for shortcuts, but there is none. The simple truth is, if you can't manage a small amount of money with discipline, you won't manage a large amount either. Money only magnifies your habits. If your habits are weak, more money just makes the problem bigger. But if your habits are strong, more money multiplies your success. That's why discipline must come first. Financial discipline is not a restriction, it's a gift. It's the foundation that allows you to build everything else. Without it, the house falls apart. With it, you can build a future that lasts. Discipline is the invisible power behind every wealthy person. And the good news is, it's a habit anyone can build. It doesn't matter where you start, it only matters that you start. So the question is simple. Will you choose to be in control of your money, or will you let money control you? The choice you make today will decide your future. And once you commit to discipline, you unlock the door to every other habit that creates lasting financial success. So, as we close this message today, I want you to leave with a decision, not a thought, not just inspiration, but a decision. A decision that you will not live another day with an average attitude. A decision that you will not waste your skill, your time, or your opportunities because of negativity, pride, or laziness. A decision that starting today, your attitude will be the compass that points you toward growth, discipline, and success. You see, success doesn't start with money, or talent, or luck. Success starts with you, and more specifically, with your attitude. The right attitude will open doors, heal relationships, and multiply your potential. The wrong one will shut you down before you even begin. So I ask you, as you leave here today, what attitude will you carry into tomorrow? Will you let the world shape it, or will you take control and shape it yourself? Because here's the truth, skill may set the stage, but attitude writes the story. And if you want that story to be one of victory, resilience, and fulfillment, then let your attitude rise higher than your fears, stronger than your doubts, and greater than your obstacles. The choice is yours. And remember, as I always say, success starts with you. Part 2, How to control spending before it controls you. Most people think money problems are about not earning enough, but in reality, most money problems are about not controlling what you already have. You see, it's not just what you make that matters, it's what you keep. A person can make a fortune and still end up broke if they don't learn how to manage their spending. And another person can earn modestly but live comfortably, save, and build wealth if they discipline themselves. The difference is not income, it's control. Now, let me ask you something. Do you control your spending, or does your spending control you? That's a hard question, isn't it? Because if you really think about it, many of the financial struggles people face today don't come from lack of opportunity or lack of work, but from a lack of discipline with the money they already earn. The truth is, spending has a way of sneaking up on you. It starts small, a coffee here, a meal out there, a new gadget that you convince yourself you need. Before you know it, the little leaks have drained the bucket. Money doesn't disappear all at once. It trickles away through careless habits. That's why Jim Rohn used to say, it's not the big things that destroy your financial future. It's the small things you neglect. The secret to financial success is not just making more, but mastering control. Because if you don't control your spending will control you. It will control your emotions because you'll live with stress, always wondering how to pay the bills. It will control your future because instead of saving for opportunities, you'll be trapped in debt. It will control your confidence because deep down, you'll know you're not being a wise steward of your resources. But here's the good news. Controlling spending is not about being cheap. It's about being smart. It's not about denying yourself joy. It's about choosing the right kind of joy. Anyone can splurge today and regret tomorrow. But wise people learn to sacrifice today so they can enjoy more tomorrow. That's the difference between impulse and vision. Impulse spends without thinking, vision spends with a purpose. So how do you begin to take control? First, awareness. Most people have no idea where their money actually goes. They'll say, I don't know why I'm broke. I don't spend much. But the truth is, when you track it, you'll be surprised. That's why I always tell people, keep a spending journal for Spenders Days. Write down every single dollar you spend. Coffee, snacks, subscriptions, random purchases, it all goes on the list. By the end of the month, you'll see the truth in black and white. And awareness is the first step to change. Second, create limits. If you don't tell your money where to go, it will find its own way. That's why a budget isn't a prison, it's freedom. A budget gives you permission to spend on what really matters while protecting you from wasting on what doesn't. It's like a roadmap. Without it, you'll get lost. With it, you know exactly where you're going. Third, delay gratification. One of the most powerful disciplines you can develop is the ability to wait. Every time you feel the urge to buy something, ask yourself, do I really need this right now, or can it wait? Most of the time, if you give it a few days, the desire fades. That simple habit can save you thousands over time. Fourth, separate wants from needs. Needs are things that sustain your life: food, shelter, transportation, healthcare. Wants are things that decorate your life. There's nothing wrong with wants. But if you prioritize wants over needs, you'll always live in financial stress. Control means meeting your needs first, saving second, and then enjoying wants with what's left. That's how you build balance. Fifth, understand the cost of debt. Every time you swipe a credit card for something you can't afford, you're not just borrowing money, you're borrowing your future. Debt is a thief of freedom. And here's the thing about thieves. They don't take everything at once. They take little by little until one day you wake up with nothing left. That's why wealthy people use debt strategically, while broke people use it emotionally. If you want to take control, you must break free from emotional spending and stop feeding the cycle of debt. And finally, set a vision for your money. If you don't have a goal, it's easy to waste. But when you know you're saving for a home, for investment, for education, for freedom, you'll think twice before spending on something temporary. Vision strengthens discipline. Without vision, money flows away. With vision, money multiplies. So let me say it again. If you don't control spending, spending will control you. And if you let it control you, it will write your future in debt, stress, and regret. But if you rise above impulse, if you master discipline, then you take back control. You choose where your money goes, you choose how your future looks, you choose to live free, not chained. And the beautiful part, control is a skill. Anyone can learn it. Whether you earn a little or a lot, you can start today. Track your spending, cut the waste, delay gratification, set goals, build discipline, and watch as your financial life transforms. Not because you made millions overnight, but because you mastered the foundation of wealth. Control. Remember, success doesn't start with opportunity, it starts with responsibility. And nothing proves responsibility more than how you handle your money. So ask yourself one more time, do you control your spending, or does your spending control you? The answer to that question will determine not just your bank account, but your entire future. And here's the truth, my friend, life doesn't get easier when you earn more money. Life gets easier when you learn how to manage what you already have. Because if you can't control $100, you won't control 1,000. If you can't control 1,000, you won't control 10,000. And if you can't control 10,000, you'll never be trusted with 100,000. Money is a tool, and tools are dangerous in the wrong hands. A hammer in the hands of a skilled carpenter can build a house. In the hands of a careless person, it can destroy one. The same goes for money. In the hands of someone with discipline, it builds wealth, security, and freedom. In the hands of someone careless, it builds debt, stress, and regret. So let me challenge you. Don't let your spending write your story. Write your own story. Take control and use every dollar as a soldier working for your future, not against it. Let your money serve you instead of enslaving you. And remember this, wealth is not built by how much you make. It's built by how much you keep, how wisely you spend, and how intentionally you direct every resource you have. Control your spending, and you will control your future. Lose control, and you lose everything. The choice is yours. Spend your way into bondage, or discipline your way into freedom. Part 3. The power of consistency in saving. Consistency is what separates those who dream of wealth from those who actually build it. Saving a little here, and there might not seem like much at first. It feels too small, too insignificant, almost like a drop of water on a hot stone. But when you stay consistent, when you save regularly, week after week, month after month, something remarkable begins to happen. And the little drops start forming a stream, and the stream grows into a river. That river becomes a powerful force that carries you closer to financial freedom. The real secret isn't about how much you save once. It's about how many times you can repeat the act of saving until it becomes second nature. Think about how habits are formed in everyday life. When you brush your teeth, you don't ask yourself if you feel like doing it. You just do it. It's automatic, part of who you are. Saving needs to become just like that. You remove the debate, you remove the excuses, and you follow through because you know what's at stake. It's not about one big heroic act of saving. It's about steady and disciplined actions that compound over time. That's where the power lies. Many people sabotage their future because they wait until they have extra money to save. But here's the truth. There's never extra money lying around. If you wait until you have a surplus, you'll never start. Bills, temptations, and desires will always expand to fill the space. But when you commit to consistency, you carve out that savings first. you treat it as non-negotiable, like paying rent or putting food on the table. By doing this, you train yourself to live with what's left, and you give your savings the room it needs to grow. Also builds confidence. Each time you save, no matter how small the amount, you reinforce the belief that you are someone in control of your financial destiny. Every deposit you make is a small victory, a message to yourself that you value your future over fleeting pleasures. This confidence compounds just like the money does. Over time, you begin to feel stronger, more secure, more capable, because you can see the results of your discipline building right in front of you. And here's another truth. Consistency protects you from the ups and downs of life. We all face emergencies. Unexpected bills, job loss, medical issues, they happen to everyone. But when you've been consistent in saving, you build a cushion that softens the blow. Instead of panic, you have preparation. Instead of desperation, you have options. That peace of mind is priceless, and it comes only through the quiet, steady work of putting money aside over time. You don't have to start with a fortune. You don't even need to start with a large amount. What matters most is that you start and that you stay the course. A person who saves a small amount consistently will end up with far more than someone who saves big once and then stops. It's the rhythm, the repetition, the discipline that makes the difference. Time will do the heavy lifting for you if you just stay consistent long enough. So decide today to make saving not an occasional event, but a lifestyle. Decide that every paycheck, every month, every season of life, you'll put something aside. Whether it's small or large, doesn't matter in the beginning. What matters is that you keep showing up, keep contributing, keep building, because one day you'll look back and realize those small, steady acts created something incredible: security, freedom, and the ability to live life on your terms. Consistency in saving is the quiet force behind every great success story. It doesn't ask for attention. It doesn't happen overnight, but it works silently and powerfully in the background, shaping your future. And if you stay faithful to it, there will come a day when others look at your results with amazement and call you lucky. But you'll know it wasn't luck, it was the simple, steady power of consistency. Habit 2, living below your means. Part 1, why simplicity creates wealth. Simplicity is often misunderstood in today's world. Many people assume that living a simple life means living a deprived life, that it means cutting back so much that joy disappears. But the truth is, simplicity is one of the greatest creators of wealth and freedom. When you choose simplicity, you free yourself from the endless cycle of wanting more, spending more, and still never feeling satisfied. Simplicity allows you to live on less so that you can build more, and it gives you the power to redirect your money toward the things that actually matter. Look around at society. People are drowning in debt, not because they don't earn enough, but because they spend too much trying to keep up appearances. They trade financial peace for a bigger car, a larger house, or the latest gadget. They convince themselves that happiness lives in possessions, only to discover that possessions come with a heavy cost. The car requires endless payments. The house locks them into decades of stress, and the gadgets are outdated within months. What they really bought wasn't freedom, but chains that keep them tied to a paycheck and to stress. Simplicity breaks that cycle. When you learn to live below your means, you suddenly find space in your life for savings, investments, and opportunities. You don't need to spend every dollar you make. You don't need to inflate your lifestyle every time your income grows. Instead, you discipline yourself to enjoy the comfort of enough food, enough space, enough comfort, enough joy. That is where true wealth begins to take root. Because wealth isn't measured by what you spend, it's measured by what you keep. Living simply also sharpens your sense of gratitude. When you're not constantly chasing the next thing, you start to see the value in what you already have. A modest home feels safe and warm. A simple meal feels nourishing. A reliable car feels like a blessing. Gratitude brings contentment, and contentment keeps you from falling into the trap of endless comparison. The less you compare yourself to others, the more peace you find in your own journey. And that peace is priceless. Simplicity is also a strategic advantage. Imagine two people who earn the same amount of money. One spends it all every month, chasing luxury and appearances. The other lives below their means, putting aside a portion of their income. In 10 years, one is drowning in debt, while the other has built a foundation of wealth. What separated them wasn't income, it was discipline. It was the decision to choose simplicity over status. That decision compounds year after year, turning into financial security, options, and freedom. People often believe they'll start saving once they earn more. But if you can't control your spending when you earn a little, you won't control it when you earn a lot. The habits you build now follow you wherever you go. Simplicity is about building the right habits regardless of your income. Even if you make modest money, living below your means allows you to save, invest, and prepare for growth. And when more money comes, you'll already know how to handle it wisely. Living simply also prepares you for storms. Life will always test you. Jobs are lost, businesses slow down, unexpected bills show up. If your life is built on spending everything you earn, those storms will sink you. But if you've chosen simplicity, if you've kept your lifestyle lean, you'll have flexibility and resilience. You'll survive the storm, and often you'll even find opportunities inside it because you're not weighed down by debt and overspending. There's also a hidden joy in simplicity. When you stop chasing endless possessions, you discover how freeing it is to not always need the next thing. Your time is no longer controlled by payments. Your mind is no longer stressed by obligations. You begin to focus on experiences, relationships, growth, and contribution, the things that truly matter. And in the end, isn't that what wealth is really for? To live fully, to give freely, and to enjoy life without the constant weight of financial pressure. So understand this truth: simplicity is not sacrifice. Simplicity is strategy. It is the quiet power that allows ordinary people to build extraordinary wealth. By living below your means, you give yourself a margin, and that margin is what creates your future. Every dollar you don't spend is a seed you can plant. And with enough seeds planted, your future will be filled with abundance that no temporary luxury could ever match. Simplicity is the door to financial success, and it is a door anyone can walk through. You don't need special knowledge or incredible talent. You just need the courage to say no to the pressure of appearances, and yes to the peace of living with less. And if you choose that path, you'll soon find that simplicity doesn't take anything away from you. It gives you everything that truly matters. Part 2, escaping the trap of lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is one of the quietest traps that steals financial success from people. It doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly, step by step, until one day you realize that no matter how much more you earn, you still feel broke. The problem isn't that you don't make enough money, it's that every time your income rises, your spending rises right along with it. The raise that could have been your ticket to savings becomes a bigger car payment. The bonus that could have been invested turns into a vacation you couldn't really afford. The promotion that should have meant financial progress simply means a larger mortgage, fancier restaurants, and more expensive habits. And at the end of it all, you're stuck in the same cycle, working harder, earning more, but never moving forward. The trap of lifestyle inflation is powerful because it hides behind the feeling that you deserve better. You work long hours, so you treat yourself. You get promoted, so you upgrade your life. It feels good in the moment, but every upgrade locks you into more obligations, more payments, and more pressure. What was once exciting becomes normal, and soon enough, you want the next upgrade. That's how people who double or triple their income over time often end up no better off financially than they were years ago. They keep trading growth for comfort and comfort for appearances. Escaping this trap requires a shift in thinking. You need to separate the idea of income growth from lifestyle growth. Just because you earn more doesn't mean you need to spend more. In fact, the wisest choice is often to keep your lifestyle steady and direct the extra income toward building your future. If you were fine living in a smaller house, driving a modest car, and enjoying simple pleasures before, why change the moment your paycheck grows? Stability in lifestyle paired with growth in savings and investments is the formula that creates lasting wealth. This doesn't mean you can't ever enjoy rewards for your hard work. The problem is not with enjoying life. The problem is with making every increase in income an excuse to expand spending. Instead of upgrading everything, choose specific rewards that bring real joy without destroying your future. A small trip, a nice dinner, or a purchase that truly improves your life can be enjoyed guilt-free if it doesn't derail your long-term plans. The danger is when every extra dollar is consumed by your desire to keep up with others or to prove success through possessions. Lifestyle inflation is also tied to comparison. People rarely increase their spending in isolation. They see neighbors, coworkers, or friends upgrading, and they feel pressure to do the same. This comparison becomes a race where no one wins because there is always someone with more. Breaking free from lifestyle inflation requires refusing to play that game. It means defining success on your own terms. Strive not by what's parked in your driveway or hanging in your closet, but by the freedom you've created and the options you've earned. Another way to escape this trap is to make saving and investing automatic. When your income grows, increase your savings rate before you adjust your lifestyle. If you get a raise, put half or more of it toward building your financial foundation. So that way, you lock in progress before lifestyle can steal it. Yeah. Over time, this discipline will widen the gap between what you earn and what you spend, and that gap is the key to building wealth. It's also important to be honest about what actually brings happiness. Most people find that joy comes from meaningful work, strong relationships, good health, and peace of mind, not from bigger houses or newer cars. When you recognize that, the appeal of lifestyle inflation weakens. You don't need to impress anyone with your possessions when you already live with purpose, security, and freedom. Escaping lifestyle inflation doesn't mean living in denial or refusing all comforts. It means being intentional. It means saying yes to growth, yes to progress, yes to freedom, and no to the endless cycle of consuming more just because you can. It's about remembering that the point of earning money isn't to spend every bit of it. It's to create options, security, and a future where you're no longer trapped by money at all. The truth is, financial success isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. And the only way to keep more is to resist the constant pull to inflate your lifestyle with every pay increase. If you can break that cycle, if you can hold steady while your income rises, you'll find yourself with resources that others only dream of. And in the end, you'll be free, not because you earned more, but because you learned how to keep it. Part 3, learning the difference between needs and wants. Most people never stop to truly separate their needs from their wants. And this is one of the main reasons why money slips through their fingers. Needs are the things that allow you to live with dignity: food, shelter, clothing, basic transportation, healthcare. Without these, life becomes unstable and stressful, but wants are everything beyond that. Wants are the upgrades the extras, the luxuries that make life more comfortable or exciting, but they aren't necessary for survival or stability. The challenge is that wants are dressed up to look like needs, and when you don't make the distinction, you end up overspending, justifying every purchase, and wondering why there's nothing left to save. Advertising plays a powerful role in this confusion. Every day you're bombarded with messages that tell you what you should have, what you must own, and how incomplete your life is without the latest product. Companies are experts at taking wants and convincing you their needs. That's why a phone upgrade feels urgent, even though the one in your pocket still works fine. That's why a new car seems like a necessity, even though the one you drive still gets you where you need to go. Without awareness, you begin to believe that every desire is a need, and your budget collapses under the weight of it all. Learning the difference requires self-honesty. Before every purchase, ask yourself, is this something I cannot live without, or is it something I simply desire? That one question can save you from countless financial mistakes. A true need keeps you alive and functioning. A want makes you feel better for a moment, but doesn't change the essentials of your life. When you start filtering decisions through this lens, your spending begins to align with your priorities, and your savings start to grow. Another part of the problem is emotional spending. People often confuse emotional comfort with necessity. Stress, boredom, or sadness drives them to spend on wants which feel like needs in the moment. That's why a tough day at work might turn into an expensive shopping trip or an unplanned night out. The relief is temporary, but the cost is permanent. Training yourself to separate emotions from financial decisions is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. You need to learn to pause, reflect, and recognize when your spending is about feelings rather than function. Needs are stable. They don't change much over time. You'll always need food, a place to live, and basic clothing. Wants, however, are endless. No matter how much you satisfy them, more wants appear. The latest gadget, the newest trend, the bigger version of what you already have, the list never ends. If you chase wants, you'll never feel secure because there will always be more. But if you focus on securing your needs first and then carefully choosing which wants are worth it, you gain control over your money and your peace of mind. This doesn't mean you should deny every want in your life. Life is meant to be enjoyed. The danger lies in prioritizing wants before securing needs. When wants take center stage, your essentials become fragile. Bills go unpaid, debt grows, and stress multiplies. But when needs are fully covered and you save consistently, then you can select wants intentionally, enjoying them without guilt or financial damage. That balance creates both security. Many people confuse upgrading needs with fulfilling them. For example, you need a car to get to work, but you don't need a luxury vehicle with monthly payments that consume half your income. You need clothing, but you don't need to buy new outfits every week to stay on top of trends. You need food, but you don't need to dine at expensive restaurants when home cooked. Meals could provide the same nutrition at a fraction of the cost. By blurring these lines, people convince themselves that their wants are non-negotiable, when in reality they are optional. Financial growth depends on the discipline to draw a firm line between what sustains your life and what entertains your life. When you get clear on that, you free yourself from the constant cycle of overspending. You start to see money as a tool for freedom, not just comfort. Every dollar not spent on unnecessary wants is a dollar that can work for your future. Every choice to secure needs first builds a stronger foundation that can support more meaningful wants later. In the end, wealth is not about eliminating every desire. It's about mastering them. It's about having the wisdom to say, this is enough for now, because my future is more important than this momentary pleasure. When you understand the difference between needs and wants, you make decisions with clarity. You gain control over your financial life instead of letting desires control you. And that control is what builds the path to financial independence. Habit 3, investing in yourself. When people hear the idea of investing in themselves, they often think it's a slogan or some abstract concept. But in reality, it's the most practical, profitable decision you can make in your lifetime. Before you put a single dollar into the stock market, real estate, or any other asset, you have to put time, energy, and money into your own growth. Because you are the one constant in your financial journey. If you don't grow, no investment will save you. But if you do grow, even average investments will produce extraordinary results because you'll have the knowledge and discipline to manage them. The truth is, you carry yourself everywhere you go. You can lose a job, the economy can collapse, the market can crash, but if you have skills, knowledge, and strong character, you can always rebuild. That's why investing in yourself comes before everything else. It's the one asset that cannot be taken from you. Education, discipline, resilience, confidence, these stay with you no matter what happens in the outside world. Think about how many people try to shortcut this process. They want to make money fast, so they jump into investments without building themselves first. They listen to tips, copy trends, or put money into things they don't understand. What happens next is predictable. They lose it, and because they never invested in themselves, they don't know how to recover. Compare that with the person who has spent years learning, building discipline, studying success, and practicing new skills. Even if they lose money in one area, they know how to stand back up and create again. That is the difference between temporary success and lasting success. Investing in yourself starts with building knowledge, not just formal education, but the kind of learning that makes you valuable in the marketplace and wise in your personal life. Read books about money, communication, leadership, and personal development. Take courses that sharpen your skills. Listen to people who have achieved what you want to achieve. This type of learning builds a foundation that no one can shake. Knowledge multiplies your opportunities because it changes how you think, how you make decisions, and how you solve problems. But knowledge alone is not enough. You need discipline. Without discipline, knowledge is wasted. You may know what to do, but if you don't follow through, you stay stuck. Discipline is what turns lessons into action. It's what keeps you saving when you'd rather spend. It's what pushes you to study when you'd rather relax. It's what keeps you focused when distractions surround you. Every time you strengthen your discipline, you add value to yourself because the world rewards people who can consistently follow through on their commitments. Another powerful area of self-investment is communication. The way you speak, write, and influence others can completely change your financial future. Opportunities are often unlocked by conversations, not just qualifications. When you can clearly express your ideas, connect with people, and inspire confidence, doors open that might have remained shut. Strong communication makes you more valuable in any job, any business, and any relationship. And the good news is, communication is a skill anyone can improve with practice and focus. Health is also part of this investment. Your mind cannot operate at its best if your body is weak, tired, or sick. Energy is the fuel behind every action you take. A clear mind and a healthy body give you the stamina to work, think, and push forward when others give up. Simple habits like eating well, exercising, and resting properly are investments that pay you back every single day. If you neglect your health in pursuit of money, you'll eventually spend your money trying to fix your health. That's not success. True wealth includes the strength to enjoy what you've built. Confidence is another result of investing in yourself. The more you grow, the more you trust your abilities. Confidence doesn't come from luck or chance. It comes from preparation. When you know you've put in the work to study, practice, and improve, you naturally carry yourself differently. People sense it. They trust you more, respect you more, and give you more opportunities. Confidence attracts success, but it only comes to those who have done the hard work of self-investment. You also need to invest in emotional control. Money decisions are often destroyed by fear, greed, or impatience. If you allow your emotions to drive your choices, you'll make mistakes that could take years to fix. But when you've invested in developing emotional strength, you stay steady while others panic. You make decisions based on logic, not impulse. This kind of inner strength is one of the greatest returns you'll ever earn from investing in yourself. The compound effect of self-investment is powerful. Every book you read, every new skill you learn, every discipline you practice, they all build on each other over time. At first, it feels small, like nothing is changing. But after months and years, you look back and realize how far you've come. You're more knowledgeable, more disciplined, more confident, more capable. That growth creates opportunities that never would have appeared otherwise. It's not luck. It's the natural result of consistent self-investment. When you commit to this habit, you stop waiting for someone else to hand you success. You stop relying on luck, chance, or shortcuts. You take ownership of your future because you know that the greatest asset you'll ever have is the person you're becoming. Money flows more easily to people who are valuable, and value comes from investing in yourself first. When you put yourself first in this way, every other financial habit becomes easier. Saving, investing, building multiple streams of income, long-term thinking, all of it flows naturally when you've built yourself into someone who can handle success. That's the real secret. You don't chase wealth, you build yourself, and wealth begins to chase you. Part 1, skills that pay for a lifetime. Skills that pay for a lifetime are the foundation of financial security and independence. These aren't temporary abilities you pick up for a single job or a short-term project. They are skills that, once mastered, stay with you and increase your value in every area of life. When you have these skills, you're not dependent on someone else's success or the rise and fall of a business. You carry the capacity to earn, create, and grow wherever you go. The first essential skill, being able to express yourself clearly, listen effectively, and influence others opens doors that are closed to most people. Communication isn't just about speaking. It's about understanding human nature, reading situations, and connecting with people in a meaningful way. Every successful transaction, promotion, partnership, or negotiation depends on how well you communicate. People trust and follow those who articulate their ideas with clarity and confidence. Master this skill, and opportunities begin to flow to you almost naturally. Another vital skill is problem solving. Life and business are full of obstacles. The ability to see solutions where others see only problems is incredibly valuable. It allows you to navigate challenges, create new opportunities, and stand out in any environment. Problem solving requires observation, patience, and critical thinking. It's about breaking complex situations into smaller, manageable pieces and finding actionable steps that lead to results. Those who can do this consistently are rare, and rarity increases value. Financial literacy is another lifelong skill that cannot be overstated. Understanding how money works, how to save, invest, and make it grow gives you control over your future. Financial literacy teaches you to distinguish between good and bad debt, to recognize opportunities that generate income, and to avoid the mistakes that trap many people in endless cycles of financial stress. The more you know about money, the better your decisions become, and the more security you create for yourself and your family. Negotiation is a skill that multiplies opportunities. Knowing how to advocate for yourself, secure better deals, and create win-win situations increases your earnings and your influence. Negotiation isn't about being aggressive, it's about understanding value, listening, and crafting agreements that benefit all parties. Whether you're asking for a raise, buying a property, or closing a business deal, this skill ensures you capture the value you deserve. Time management is you can have all the knowledge and ability in the world, but without mastering your time, it all goes to waste. Managing your time means knowing what is urgent, what is important, and what can be delegated or ignored. Every successful person understands that time is the one resource that cannot be replaced. By learning to control your schedule, you ensure consistent progress, prevent burnout, and create space for opportunities that others miss. Another critical skill is adaptability. The world is constantly changing. Industries evolve, technology advances, and markets shift. Those who can adjust, learn quickly, and pivot when needed are the ones who not only survive, but thrive. Adaptability requires humility, a willingness to learn, and courage to step into the unknown. It turns challenges into growth and uncertainty into advantage. Sales and marketing are skills that complement almost every other ability. Whether you're selling a product, your services, or even your ideas, the ability to persuade and create demand is essential. Understanding human behavior, creating compelling messages, and presenting value effectively will determine how far you can go. Even if you never own a business, these skills increase your worth in any role. Emotional intelligence is a skill that often gets overlooked, but determines the quality of your interactions and decisions. People with high emotional intelligence can manage their emotions, understand others, and navigate social dynamics with ease. This skill reduces conflicts, builds trust, and strengthens relationships, which are key components of long-term success. Wealth isn't just about money. It's also about creating a life that is stable, satisfying, and sustainable. Emotional intelligence helps you do that. Consistency and perseverance are also essential skills. Learning a skill isn't enough if you don't practice it regularly. Mastery comes through repetition, dedication, and time. Those who persevere through setbacks, continue learning, and stay committed are the ones who reach levels of success that others only dream of. Short-term effort never leads to long-term results. The skills that pay for a lifetime require daily attention and deliberate action. Investing in these skills compounds over time. The knowledge and experience you gain don't vanish. They grow. One conversation, one decision, one problem solved becomes a building block for the next. Your value increases exponentially as you layer skill upon skill. Eventually, you become someone who can generate income in multiple ways, make smarter decisions, and create freedom for yourself and those around you. Mastering skills that pay for a lifetime also changes your mindset. When you know you have abilities that are in demand, your confidence grows. You approach opportunities differently. You stop fearing failure because you understand that skills are portable and recoverable. You can always leverage them to create new avenues of income or solve challenges that appear. That confidence alone accelerates your financial success. Finally, remember that skills are your most reliable asset. Markets fluctuate, businesses fail, and jobs disappear, but skills remain. They are the foundation on which you build wealth, independence, and freedom. The more you develop yourself, the more control you have over your destiny. People who invest in themselves consistently earn not just money, but security, respect, and the ability to live life on their own terms. When you focus on building skills that pay for a lifetime, everything else becomes easier. You save more, invest wisely, create opportunities, and avoid pitfalls that trap others. You're no longer dependent on luck or circumstance. Ses CPTD 90T. Instead, you become the architect of your own success, capable of turning knowledge and ability into tangible results over a lifetime. Part 2, Education Beyond School. Why self-development matters. Education beyond school is one of the most important investments you can make in yourself, because the world outside the classroom works very differently from what most people are taught in formal education. Schools give you knowledge, but they often stop short of teaching practical skills for earning, managing, and growing wealth. Life requires more than it requires applied wisdom, the ability to make decisions under uncertainty, and the capacity to create value consistently. Self-development fills the gap that traditional education leaves wide open. When you commit to learning beyond the classroom, you take responsibility for your future. You no longer rely solely on employers, luck, or circumstance to determine your success. You begin to see that your growth directly influences your results. Every hour you dedicate to reading, studying, or practicing new skills compounds over time. What might seem small today, a book, an online course, a conversation with a mentor, builds into massive advantage years down the line. Self-development is about creating momentum in your life that cannot be taken away. One key area of focus in self-development is understanding human behavior. Success doesn't happen in isolation. You interact with people every day, clients, colleagues, friends, family, and your ability to understand motives, communication styles, and emotional triggers allows you to navigate the world more effectively. When you understand human nature, you make better decisions, avoid conflicts, and create opportunities that others miss. This understanding isn't just about wealth, it's about creating smoother, more productive relationships in every area of life. Another aspect is building financial. You can earn more, save more, and grow more when you know how money works. Beyond basic math, this involves understanding the principles of investment, the impact of compounding, and the power of long-term planning. Financial intelligence also teaches you to spot opportunities, recognize risks, and avoid traps that keep others stuck in cycles of debt and uncertainty. Those who take the time to develop this skill early in life gain a freedom and confidence that most people never experience. Personal development also includes learning leadership skills. Leadership isn't just for CEOs or managers. It's about taking responsibility, influencing outcomes, and stepping up when situations demand it. Strong leadership allows you to guide yourself, inspire others, and take charge of projects or initiatives that lead to financial or personal success. Leadership skills build trust, respect, and authority, which in turn attract more opportunities and open doors that would otherwise remain closed. Self-development is also about mindset. The way you think determines the decisions you make and the actions you take. A mindset focused on growth, responsibility, and resilience creates results that a fixed or passive mindset never will. People who fail often do so not because they lack intelligence or opportunity, but because they lack the mindset that turns challenges into learning and setbacks into stepping stones. Developing a mindset that embraces growth is one of the most critical investments you can make in yourself. Practical skills such as communication, time management, and negotiation are part of education beyond school. These skills are rarely taught in traditional classrooms, but are essential for creating wealth. How you negotiate, how you present ideas, and how you manage your time directly influence your ability to earn, save, and invest. Practicing and refining these skills over time multiplies your value in any situation. They aren't just tools. They're the engines that turn knowledge into tangible results. The compound effect of self-development is profound. 1 hour spent learning every day can lead to hundreds of hours in a year. A single skill mastered can pay off in ways you cannot yet imagine. Your understanding, confidence, and ability multiply over time, creating leverage that dramatically increases your capacity to earn and create. The power of consistent self-development lies in this compounding effect. Small daily efforts grow into extraordinary long-term outcomes. Another overlooked aspect is exposure. Learning beyond school exposes you to new ideas, new ways of thinking, and new possibilities. The more diverse your sources of knowledge, the broader your perspective. This exposure allows you to spot opportunities, avoid mistakes, and innovate in ways that others who remain confined to traditional education cannot. Curiosity and continuous learning keep you ahead of the curve and allow you to adapt to changing markets and industries. Self-development also builds confidence. Every new skill, piece of knowledge, and lesson learned reinforces your sense of capability. Confidence is magnetic. It attracts opportunities, opens doors, and positions you as someone who can be trusted to deliver results. People are drawn to those who have clearly invested in themselves because it signals competence, reliability, and vision. Wealth follows people who make themselves valuable, and self-development is the surest way to increase your value. Finally, education beyond school is about creating independence. When you rely solely on a paycheck or traditional pathways, your freedom is limited. When you invest in yourself, you create options. You gain the ability to earn in multiple ways, make better financial decisions, and take advantage of opportunities that others cannot. Self-development ensures that your future is in your hands, not the hands of circumstance or external forces. The path to financial success is paved by consistent self-development. Reading, learning, practicing, and applying knowledge every day positions you to make better decisions, earn more, and create lasting wealth. Education beyond school transforms potential into results and allows you to take control of your life. The people who achieve true financial independence are those who never stop learning, never stop growing, and never stop investing in themselves. Part 3. The compound effect of personal growth. The compound effect of personal growth is one of the most powerful forces in life, yet it is often overlooked. People look for quick wins, instant success, or fast money. But real wealth and achievement are built over time through consistent effort. Growth compounds in the same way money compounds. Every small improvement you make in your knowledge, skills, habits, and mindset adds up. 1 hour of focused learning today may seem insignificant, but over months and years, it accumulates into a massive advantage that sets you apart from everyone who neglected the same investment. When you commit to personal growth, you start to notice changes in every area of your life. Your thinking becomes sharper, your decisions become clearer, and your confidence grows. You handle challenges with more ease and respond to opportunities faster than those around you. The compound effect doesn't work in a straight line. It accelerates. As you improve, your ability to learn, earn, and create multiplies. You begin to attract people, resources, and opportunities that would have been invisible to you before. Habits play a crucial role in compounding personal growth. Daily routines that focus on learning, self-reflection, skill development, and discipline create momentum. When these habits are practiced consistently, their effects grow exponentially. Reading a chapter of a book every day, writing down your goals, analyzing your progress, or practicing a new skill might feel small at first. But when repeated consistently over time, these small actions lead to mastery, insight, and results far beyond what you imagined possible. Another important aspect is the mindset of continuous improvement. Growth compounds only when you are committed to evolving, learning from mistakes, and seeking ways to get better. People who stop learning, become complacent, or ignore self-development stagnate no matter how much potential they have. By contrast, those who embrace the habit of improving themselves every day see their efforts multiply in ways that seem almost effortless. Their skills, knowledge, and abilities build upon each other like layers of bricks, forming a strong foundation. Networking and learning from others amplify the compound effect. Surrounding yourself with people who are ahead of you in knowledge, skill, or success accelerates your growth. Every conversation, every mentorship, and every example you observe becomes part of your development. You absorb their habits, their thinking, and their approaches to solving problems. By consistently placing yourself in environments that challenge and elevate you, your personal growth compounds even faster. Reflection is another critical. Taking time to assess your progress, evaluate your decisions, and adjust your strategies ensures that your growth is intentional. Without reflection, effort can be wasted and mistakes repeated. By regularly reviewing what you've learned, what you've achieved, and where you're headed, you harness the power of your experiences and turn them into even greater growth. This intentional approach multiplies the benefits of every lesson and every skill you acquire. Patience is a necessary companion to the compound effect. People often give up too soon because they expect immediate results. Real growth requires persistence, commitment, and the understanding that the most significant outcomes take time to develop. Those who stick with it, who continue to invest in themselves daily, eventually enjoy exponential results. The small gains of today become the breakthroughs of tomorrow, and the efforts of years transform into opportunities that can't be achieved through shortcuts. The compound effect also works in reverse if ignored. Neglecting growth, avoiding learning, or repeating poor habits leads to stagnation and decline. Every day that passes without investment in yourself widens the gap between you and those who are committed to improvement. The same way small actions multiply into results, small inactions accumulate into missed opportunities, limited income, and a restricted life. Understanding this truth highlights the importance of consistent personal growth as a strategic, non-negotiable habit. In addition to skills and knowledge, character development compounds over time. Traits such as discipline, honesty, resilience, and patience become stronger with practice. These qualities influence your decisions, how others perceive you, and the opportunities that come your way. A person with strong character may face challenges, but they consistently attract trust, partnerships, and opportunities that others cannot access. Character multiplies the effect of everything else you do in personal and financial growth. The beauty of the compound effect is that it turns ordinary actions into extraordinary results. The people who achieve lasting financial success are rarely those who made one perfect decision or struck it lucky. They are the ones who, day after day, invested in themselves, improved their skills, strengthened their habits, and honed their mindset. Their consistent effort, compounded over years, separates them from everyone else. What seems like slow, almost invisible work at first eventually produces outcomes that feel like magic to those who haven't committed to the process. The compound effect of personal growth also creates confidence and independence. As you build skills, knowledge, and character over time, you become capable of handling situations that would have overwhelmed you in the past. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach now feel accessible. Challenges are met with solutions instead of fear. The more you grow, the more control you have over your life, and the more your actions produce results that create freedom and security. Ultimately, the key to harnessing the compound effect is consistency, focus, and a commitment to never stop learning. Every hour spent learning, every action towards self-improvement adds to a momentum that cannot be replicated by luck or shortcuts. It is not glamorous or fast, but it is unstoppable. Over time, the small investments in yourself, your skills, your mindset, and your habits accumulate into extraordinary financial and personal success. The people who understand this principle know that growth is the most powerful form of wealth. Money comes and goes, circumstances change, but your knowledge, skills, habits, and character remain. By committing to personal growth every day, you ensure that every opportunity you encounter can be leveraged to its fullest. The compound effect makes success not just possible, but inevitable for those who refuse to stop improving. Habit 4. Saving and investing wisely. Saving and investing wisely is one of the most important habits you can develop because it directly shapes your financial future. The first principle in this habit is paying yourself first. This means that before you spend on anything else, bills, groceries, entertainment, you set aside a portion of your income for yourself. It isn't about depriving yourself, it's about prioritizing your future over temporary wants. By doing this consistently, you create a safety net, generate investment capital, and establish the habit of valuing your own financial growth. When you pay yourself first, you stop living paycheck to paycheck and start taking control of your financial destiny. The secret behind paying yourself first is that it forces discipline. Most people spend first and save whatever is left over. But if you wait to save what remains, there's rarely anything left. The moment you make saving and investing the first priority, your mindset shifts. You start thinking about financial growth instead of just consumption. Each month, a portion of your income begins to work for you instead of disappearing on non-essential expenses. Over time, this consistent action compounds, creating a foundation of wealth that grows steadily and predictably. Compounding is the second principle of wise saving and investing. Money left to grow over time doesn't just increase linearly, it accelerates. A small amount invested consistently early can grow into a significant sum over decades. This principle applies to both simple savings and more strategic investments like stocks, bonds, or retirement funds. Compounding rewards patience. Even modest contributions can generate remarkable results when combined with time, making the habit of saving and investing not just smart, but transformative. Investing wisely means understanding the different ways to make your money work for you. It's not enough to save in a basic account where growth barely keeps up with inflation. You need to learn about investments that generate returns higher than what your money would earn sitting idle. Real estate, mutual funds, stocks, and small businesses are all options. But the key is to make informed, consistent decisions and avoid impulsive moves driven by fear or hype. Wise investing balances growth and risk, allowing your money to multiply steadily while minimizing unnecessary losses. Protecting your wealth from inflation and poor decisions is another critical aspect of this habit. Inflation slowly erodes the value of money, so keeping large amounts of cash without investing effectively diminishes your purchasing power over time. Wise investors understand that money must be deployed strategically to maintain and grow its value. Avoiding impulsive purchases, high-interest debt, and get-rich-quick schemes protects what you've worked to build. The discipline to resist temptation and stay focused on long-term growth ensures that your wealth survives and thrives even in uncertain conditions. Essential in this habit, understanding how different investment vehicles work, knowing the risks, and learning how to diversify ensures that your money grows intelligently. You don't need to be an expert overnight, but consistent learning and application of investment knowledge creates security. Knowledge helps you make decisions with confidence, prevents mistakes, and amplifies the power of your savings. By continuously improving your financial literacy, you build a framework for long-term wealth that can withstand economic fluctuations. Consistency is the secret ingredient that ties all these principles together. Saving and investing once won't change your life. The real results come from doing it every month, every year, over decades. This consistency turns small, seemingly insignificant actions into life-changing outcomes. It is the combination of paying yourself first, letting compounding work, and protecting your money that builds a secure and prosperous future. Small actions done regularly create momentum that cannot be reversed. And this momentum grows over time into a strong financial foundation. Another important is mindset. Saving and investing wisely requires thinking in terms of long-term goals rather than immediate gratification. You have to view your money as a tool for creating opportunities, security, and freedom, not just for spending today. Every dollar you allocate toward investments or savings is a step toward independence and control. Developing the discipline to focus on your future enables you to resist short-term impulses that could undermine your growth. Tax efficiency and planning are also part of saving and investing wisely. Understanding the way taxes affect your earnings and structuring investments to minimize unnecessary tax burden can significantly accelerate wealth accumulation. Strategic planning ensures that the returns you earn stay with you as much as possible, and the money continues to grow instead of being lost to preventable expenses. This awareness adds another layer of intelligence and discipline to the habit of saving and investing. Diversification is key to protecting and growing wealth. Placing all your money in one type of investment creates unnecessary risk. By spreading resources across different assets, such as stocks, bonds, real estate, or retirement accounts, you reduce the likelihood that a single setback destroys your progress. Diversification works hand in hand with patience and consistency, ensuring that your wealth builds steadily even when individual markets fluctuate. Finally, wise saving and investing builds confidence and freedom. When you know that you have money set aside, growing steadily, and protected from poor choices, you make decisions from a position of strength rather than desperation. Opportunities that once seemed impossible become accessible, and challenges no longer feel overwhelming. The habit of saving and investing wisely transforms your relationship with money from one of stress to one of control, security, and long-term growth. In the end, financial success is not about luck or inheritance. It is about the deliberate, consistent, and intelligent use of your resources. Paying yourself first, leveraging the power of compounding, protecting your wealth, and making informed investment decisions create a foundation that grows steadily, even through economic uncertainty. These habits give you control over your future, the ability to seize opportunities, and the confidence to live life on your terms. Habit Move. Building multiple streams of income. Building multiple streams of income is one of the most effective ways to create financial security and accelerate wealth. Relying on a single source of income is risky because circumstances can change suddenly. Jobs can be lost, markets can shift, and industries can evolve in ways that threaten your primary income. By developing sources of revenue, you create resilience and open opportunities for growth that are not dependent on one paycheck. Each new stream you add builds leverage, multiplies your earnings potential, and provides a safety net for times of uncertainty. The first step is identifying opportunities that align with your skills, interests, and resources. Not every income stream is suitable for every person, so it's essential to find areas where you can contribute value consistently. This could be a side business, freelance work, investments, rental properties, online ventures, or creating intellectual property that generates royalties. The common factor among all successful streams is that they require consistent effort, learning, and improvement over time.
Turning passions into profits is another powerful strategy. Many people overlook the potential in what they enjoy doing because they see it as leisure rather than business. When you align your work with your passions, you naturally invest more energy and creativity, which increases the chance, whether it's teaching, creating content, designing, or consulting, applying your skills and interests in ways that generate income creates both satisfaction and financial growth. Passion combined with strategy leads to sustainable and enjoyable revenue streams. Creating systems is critical to building multiple streams of income. You cannot rely solely on active effort. You need methods that allow your money and effort to work even when you are not actively engaged. This could include automated online businesses, passive investment vehicles, or processes that scale without constant supervision. Systems turn temporary actions into ongoing results, allowing each stream to contribute steadily to your overall financial growth. The goal is to create income that is predictable, reliable, and less dependent on your immediate labor. Consistency plays a vital role in growing multiple income sources. Many people start additional ventures, but abandon them at the first sign of challenge. Building wealth from multiple streams requires patience, perseverance, and incremental improvement. Every hour invested in building skills, setting up systems, or expanding your reach adds to your long-term results. Over time, these consistent efforts compound, creating streams that generate revenue independently and multiply the effect of your financial strategy. Diversification is not just about investments. It also applies to income. Spreading your efforts across different sources reduces vulnerability and increases stability. One income stream might underperform or face challenges, but the others can compensate and keep your financial foundation strong. Diversification in income mirrors the principle of diversification in investing. Risk is reduced and potential is amplified. So, multiple streams ensure that you are not overly reliant on one factor for financial survival. Learning from others who have successfully built multiple incomes is essential. Mentorship, research, and observing successful models provide insight into what works and what doesn't. You gain shortcuts to understanding, avoid common mistakes, and accelerate your progress. Surrounding yourself with people who have experience in multiple revenue streams allows you to leverage their knowledge while you focus on executing your plans. Each stream of income should also align with long-term goals. It is not enough to make money. The money must serve your vision for freedom, growth, and security. Evaluate each opportunity in terms of how it contributes to your overall plan. Prioritize streams that build assets, generate passive returns, or provide scalable opportunities. Short-term gains that don't advance your long-term vision can distract and dilute your efforts. Clarity of purpose is essential. Time management is critical when juggling multiple streams. Without careful planning, spreading yourself too thin can lead to burnout or subpar results. Allays time strategically to each source based on its potential impact, current stage of development, and your capacity to contribute effectively. Discipline in scheduling and focus ensures that every stream receives the attention it needs to grow while maintaining balance in your personal and professional life. The ultimate advantage of multiple streams of income is freedom. Financial independence is not achieved by a single paycheck, but by creating an ecosystem of revenue that continues to grow regardless of immediate circumstances. This approach provides flexibility, reduces stress, and opens opportunities for investment, reinvestment, and growth. By building multiple streams, you ensure that your financial success is not dependent on any one person, job, or market condition. Opportunities for additional income often exist in areas you already know or have access to. Evaluate your skills, networks, and resources, and look for ways to monetize them. Even small, incremental sources of income can accumulate over time into significant contributions to your wealth. The key is to act consistently, measure results, and adjust your approach based on performance and learning. Small streams add up, and multiple streams create a stable and growing financial foundation. Another important factor is patience. Building additional income sources rarely produces overnight success. It requires effort, experimentation, and learning from setbacks. The persist to continue refining, improving, and expanding your streams is what separates those who achieve financial security from those who merely dream about it. Each setback is an opportunity to gain insight, adapt, and grow stronger in your efforts. Finally, multiple streams of income cultivate independence and empowerment. They give you choices, reduce dependence on a single entity, and position you to leverage opportunities as they arise. Financial freedom comes from creating layers of revenue that work together to support your life and your goals. Each stream amplifies the others, creating momentum that can carry you toward long-term wealth, security, and freedom. Habit 6, surrounding yourself with the right people. Surrounding yourself with the right people is one of the most powerful habits for achieving financial success, yet many underestimate it. Your environment and the people you spend the most time with shape your thinking, influence your decisions, and affect the opportunities that come your way. If you surround yourself with negative, unmotivated, or short-sighted people, it's easy to adopt the same patterns and limit your potential. On the other hand, when you consistently engage with ambitious, knowledgeable, and wealth-minded individuals, you absorb their mindset, habits, and approaches, which accelerates your growth. Being around people who are ahead of you in knowledge, skill, or experience creates an invisible network of guidance and inspiration. Every conversation, story, or piece of advice becomes a learning opportunity. You begin to see strategies and possibilities you may not have considered on your own. Exposure to success teaches you what is possible and builds your confidence to pursue it. These individuals don't just offer advice. They set a standard for what you should expect from yourself and the results you can achieve. Mentors play a particularly important role in shaping your financial journey. Learning from someone who has already navigated challenges you face can save years of trial and error. They provide insight into decisions, strategies, and pitfalls, and they challenge you to stretch beyond your current capabilities. The guidance of a mentor is not just about information, it's about perspective. They help you see opportunities where others see obstacles and show you how to think like someone who consistently achieves financial success. Equally important is the peer group you choose to interact with regularly. Friends, colleagues, and business partners can either elevate or diminish your growth. If your peers focus on immediate gratification, spending without thought, or avoiding responsibility, it becomes harder to maintain discipline and long-term focus. Conversely, peers who are focused on growth, self-improvement, and financial intelligence naturally encourage you to adopt the same behaviors. Their influence reinforces your habits and mindset, making it easier to stay committed to your goals. Networking strategically is another aspect of surrounding yourself with the right people. Attending events, joining groups, and connecting with professionals in your field opens doors to partnerships, collaborations, and opportunities that would be unavailable otherwise. These connections often lead to insights, deals, and projects that accelerate your financial progress. Being intentional about the company you keep allows you to leverage relationships, right, as a tool for growth rather than leaving your network to chance. Communication is also key when engaging with the right people. You absorb far more than just their words. You learn their thought patterns, problem-solving approaches, and decision-making processes. Listening actively and observing closely enables you to adopt the behaviors and mindset of successful individuals. Over time, these lessons become part of your own skill set, influencing how you approach opportunities and challenges in your financial life. Accountability is another major benefit of surrounding yourself with the right people. When you share your goals and progress with individuals who understand success and value discipline, you create a natural system of accountability. They challenge you to follow through, celebrate your wins, and provide constructive feedback when necessary. This accountability keeps you consistent and ensures that you maintain momentum in building wealth. Being selective with your relationships also protects you from negative influences. Toxic or pessimistic individuals can drain your energy, discourage your efforts, and limit your potential. Identifying and minimizing time spent with people who undermine your goals is essential. Protecting your environment allows you to focus your energy on growth, learning, and building productive habits that contribute to financial success. The long-term impact of surrounding yourself with the right people is profound. Their influence compounds over time. Just like the financial habits you develop, every lesson learned, every connection made, and every behavior adopted from others accumulates into your personal and financial growth. Your mindset, confidence, and decision-making improve, which directly translates into smarter financial choices and more opportunities to generate income. It's also essential to contribute to the network of successful people you are part of. Relationships thrive on mutual value. By sharing knowledge, offering support, and helping others succeed, you reinforce your position within the group and expand your opportunities. Being a resource to others not only strengthens connections, but also enhances your own skills and reputation. Wealth-minded networks are reciprocal, and your involvement multiplies the benefits you receive. Consistency in maintaining relationships with the right people matters. Occasional interactions are not enough. Regular engagement, learning, and collaboration ensure that the influence is sustained and meaningful. Over time, these connections reinforce the habits, mindset, and opportunities necessary for financial success. The network you build becomes a living ecosystem that supports and amplifies your growth. Ultimately, surrounding yourself with the right people shapes not only your financial success, but also your character, thinking, and resilience. The influence of mentors, peers, and networks guides your decisions, expands your possibilities, and keeps you on the path to achieving your goals. Wealth is not just about money, it's about the relationships, knowledge, and support systems that help you reach it. Choosing the right people as companions on your journey ensures that you are constantly inspired, challenged, and positioned for long-term success. Habit 7, long-term thinking. Long-term thinking is a fundamental habit that separates those who achieve lasting financial success from those who struggle to keep up. It requires the ability to delay immediate gratification, make decisions with future benefits in mind, and stay committed to plans that may not produce instant results. Most people think in short-term bursts, spending impulsively, seeking quick wins, or changing directions when progress seems slow. Long-term thinking shifts your focus from what feels good today to what will create security, growth, and freedom tomorrow. Patience is the cornerstone of long-term thinking. Wealth is rarely built overnight. It is the result of consistent, deliberate actions repeated over years or even decades. Saving steadily, investing intelligently, building multiple income streams, and learning continuously all require time to compound their effects. Understanding this allows you to maintain discipline even when results are not immediately visible. Patience turns small, persistent actions into major accomplishments, and it protects you from impulsive decisions that could jeopardize your future. Sacrificing short-term comfort is another critical aspect. Long-term thinking often involves making choices that may feel uncomfortable or restrictive. In the moment, you might forego luxury purchases, limit unnecessary expenses, or invest time in building skills rather than indulging in entertainment. These sacrifices are not about deprivation. They are investments in your future freedom. By choosing long-term benefits over immediate pleasure, you create the foundation for sustainable wealth and stability. Now, setting clear long-term goals helps guide decision-making. When you have a vision of where you want to be in 5 or 20 years, it becomes easier to evaluate opportunities and avoid distractions. Each financial choice, how much to save, where to invest, and what risks to take can be measured against your long-term objectives. This clarity reduces wasted effort and aligns your actions with outcomes that truly matter, ensuring that your resources contribute meaningfully to your future success. Building long-term habits, simple, repeated actions like saving a portion of income, investing consistently, improving your skills, and monitoring your progress compound over time. Each decision contributes to a larger picture that grows stronger with persistence. The power of long-term thinking lies in this accumulation. Small steps taken consistently produce results far greater than sporadic, intense efforts. Over time, these habits become automatic, creating a lifestyle geared towards sustainable wealth and success. Avoiding short-term distractions is, in a world full of instant gratification and constant noise, it is easy to deviate from your path. At times, social pressure and impulsive spending tempt you to prioritize immediate satisfaction. Long-term thinking requires focus and discipline to resist these distractions. By consistently prioritizing actions that contribute to your future, you protect your progress and ensure that your resources, time, energy, and money work toward meaningful goals. Long-term thinking also applies to managing risk. Decisions made with foresight tend to consider potential setbacks, market changes, and unforeseen events. This perspective allows you to prepare for challenges, diversify investments, and create contingency plans that prevent losses. A long-term mindset reduces panic-driven decisions and fosters a strategic approach to financial growth. You learn to anticipate outcomes and adapt intelligently rather than reacting impulsively to temporary changes. Financial literacy is an important companion to long-term thinking. Understanding how investments grow, the impact of inflation, and the benefits of compounding allows you to make informed choices that pay off over time. Education empowers you to see beyond immediate rewards and evaluate opportunities with a strategic perspective. The more knowledge you acquire, the more confident and effective your long-term decisions become, creating a virtuous cycle of growth and security. Mentorship and guidance enhance long-term thinking. Learning from those who have successfully navigated financial challenges provides insight into decisions that produce lasting results. Observing the habits, strategies, and mindset of experienced individuals reinforces the importance of thinking ahead. Mentors help you avoid common pitfalls, anticipate challenges, and maintain focus on your long-term vision, increasing the likelihood of achieving sustained wealth. The habit of reviewing and adjusting plans periodically ensures long-term success. Life, circumstances, markets, and personal goals can change over time. Regularly assessing your progress and refining strategies allows you to stay aligned with your ultimate objectives. Flexibility within a long-term framework ensures that you continue moving forward even as conditions evolve, maintaining momentum toward financial security and growth. Long-term thinking also influences your mindset toward patience and resilience. Setbacks are inevitable, but viewing them through a long-term lens allows you to learn from failures rather than become discouraged. Challenges become temporary obstacles rather than permanent barriers, and each experience contributes to your knowledge, strength, and eventual success. Resilience grows when you maintain perspective and focus on the bigger picture. Ultimately, long-term thinking transforms your approach to wealth from reactive to proactive. It shifts focus from fleeting desires to enduring outcomes, from impulsive choices to strategic actions, and from short-term anxiety to long-term confidence. By consistently prioritizing your future, cultivating patience, making deliberate sacrifices, and building habits aligned with lasting goals, you create the conditions for financial independence, stability, and freedom. Long-term thinking is not just a financial habit, it becomes a life philosophy. It encourages responsibility, foresight, and a proactive attitude in every area of life. By adopting this mindset, you ensure that your efforts today create a secure and prosperous tomorrow, and that your actions consistently move you closer to the life you envision. Habit 8, habit bois, maintaining a wealth mindset. Maintaining a wealth mindset is the foundation that supports every financial habit and decision. Wealth begins in the mind long before it shows up in a bank account. The way you think about money, opportunities, and your own potential determines the actions you take, the risks you accept, and the persistence you show over time. A person with a wealth mindset sees possibilities where others see obstacles, solutions where others see problems, and opportunities to grow where others see limitation. This mindset transforms ordinary choices into strategic steps toward lasting success. The first aspect of a wealth mindset is belief in your ability to achieve financial success. Doubt, fear, and negative self-talk are barriers that prevent people from taking necessary actions. When you develop confidence in your capacity to learn, earn, and create value, you naturally make decisions that align with growth and abundance. Belief is not about unrealistic optimism. It is about trusting that consistent effort, disciplined habits, and informed decisions will produce results over time. Gratitude plays a crucial role in maintaining a wealth mindset. Appreciating what you already have shifts focus from scarcity to abundance. When you recognize and value your current resources, skills, and opportunities, you attract more of what you need to grow. Gratitude also fosters patience and discipline, reducing impulsive decisions and unnecessary risks. A mindset of abundance leads to better financial choices because it encourages strategic thinking rather than reactionary behavior. Continuous learning is another core component. A wealth mindset understands that knowledge is an asset that compounds over time. Investing in education, studying financial principles, learning from mentors, and staying informed about markets and opportunities keeps your mind sharp and adaptable. The more you know, the better decisions you make. Continuous improvement ensures that you are always prepared to identify and act on opportunities that others might overlook. Thinking in terms of value creation is essential. Wealth is not just about earning, it's about adding value to the lives of others. By focusing on how your skills, services, or products can solve problems and meet needs, you generate income that is both meaningful and sustainable. A wealth mindset prioritizes contribution over mere accumulation. This perspective aligns your efforts with long-term success and builds relationships, trust, and credibility that amplify financial growth. Self-discipline is a defining trait of a wealth mindset. It enables you to control spending, save consistently, invest wisely, and delay gratification. Discipline ensures that your actions match your financial goals and prevents short-term desires from derailing long-term plans. A disciplined mind consistently chooses what benefits the future over what satisfies immediate urges, creating a strong foundation for sustained wealth. Risk management is another critical aspect. A wealth mindset evaluates opportunities thoughtfully, balancing potential gains against potential losses. Instead of avoiding risk entirely, it embraces calculated risks that have a high likelihood of contributing to growth. This approach allows for measured experimentation, learning, and adaptation, ensuring that setbacks are temporary and lessons are leveraged for future decisions. Visualize and goal setting reinforce a wealth mindset. Regularly imagining your desired financial outcomes and creating clear, actionable plans makes them tangible and achievable. Goals focus energy, organize resources, and provide benchmarks to measure progress. A mind that consistently visualizes success is more likely to act in ways that turn vision into reality, transforming abstract desires into resilience and adaptability are also central. Markets change, opportunities shift, and setbacks occur. A wealth mindset maintains confidence and focus through these fluctuations. It views challenges as learning experiences rather than failures, allowing you to recover, adjust strategies, and continue moving toward your objectives. Adaptability ensures that you remain aligned with long-term goals, even when circumstances are unpredictable. Networking with like-minded individuals further strengthens a wealth mindset. Surrounding yourself with ambitious, disciplined, and knowledgeable people reinforces positive habits, exposes you to new ideas, and creates accountability. The influence of peers, mentors, and collaborators nurtures a mindset oriented toward growth and opportunity. Every interaction becomes a chance to learn, refine strategies, and expand potential. Maintaining optimism without ignoring reality is also key. A wealth mindset balances hope and confidence with practical assessment. It recognizes challenges, but focuses energy on solutions rather than problems. This proactive perspective encourages innovation, persistence, and strategic action, which are essential for building financial security and wealth over time. Finally, patience and consistency cement the wealth mindset. Understanding that financial success is a marathon, not a sprint, allows you to remain steady and committed. Consistent action, disciplined habits, and long-term thinking, guided by a mindset focused on growth and opportunity, compound to substantial results. The mindset itself becomes a catalyst, turning effort into measurable financial achievement and creating a trajectory of increasing wealth, security, and freedom. A wealth mindset does more than improve your financial situation. It transforms your life. It reshapes how you approach challenges, interact with people, and prioritize your time. It teaches responsibility, focus, and strategic thinking, ensuring that every decision aligns with your ultimate goal of financial independence. By cultivating this mindset, you unlock the ability to make money work for you, seize opportunities that others miss, and create lasting prosperity that goes beyond mere numbers in a bank account. The journey to financial success is not a straight line, and it is not determined by luck. It is shaped by the daily decisions, habits, and mindset you cultivate. Every habit you form, every choice you make, and every action you take compounds over time to create the life you will lead. Discipline, focus, patience, and consistency are not optional. They are essential. The habits of controlling your money, living below your means, investing in yourself, saving wisely, building multiple income streams, surrounding yourself with the right people, thinking long-term, and maintaining a wealth mindset are not just abstract principles. They are practical tools you can use every day to move toward financial independence. It is not about doing everything perfectly or getting it right immediately. It is about progress, not perfection. Small, consistent actions repeated day after day create momentum that eventually leads to significant results. The choices that may seem minor today, saving a portion of your income, learning a new skill, avoiding unnecessary expenses, will be the foundation of your financial stability tomorrow. The cumulative effect of these habits builds a life where opportunities are abundant and freedom is real. Accountability plays a critical role. Progress, measuring your results, and holding yourself responsible for your decisions ensures that your efforts remain aligned with your long-term goals. The habits you adopt will only yield results if you actively monitor and refine them. Reflection allows you to celebrate achievements, correct mistakes, and continually improve your approach. Growth is intentional, and deliberate action ensures that the trajectory of your financial life is upward, not stagnant. Understanding that wealth is more than money is crucial. True financial success is about the freedom to make choices, the ability to pursue meaningful work, and the security to support yourself and your loved ones. It is the capacity to invest in experiences, opportunities, and relationships that enrich your life. The habits of smart financial management empower you to create not only material wealth, but also a life of purpose, satisfaction, and surrounding yourself with the right influences amplifies the power of these habits. People who inspire you, challenge you, and provide guidance reinforce your commitment and accelerate your growth. Mentors, peers, and networks offer knowledge, perspective, and accountability that multiply the impact of your efforts. Wealth-minded connections teach you approaches, strategies, and decision-making patterns that you can adopt and adapt, ensuring that your journey is informed, purposeful, and efficient. Every step you take in building these habits is an investment in your future. Discipline, focus, and consistent action are the currencies that compound over time into financial security and independence. Avoiding short-term temptations, making strategic decisions, and prioritizing your long-term goals transform ordinary daily choices into powerful engines of wealth. The habits you nurture today determine the quality, freedom, and opportunities you experience tomorrow. The key to success is not in chasing trends, seeking shortcuts, or hoping for luck. It is in mastering the fundamentals, maintaining a mindset of growth, and committing to a lifestyle that values learning, persistence, and strategic action. Every decision you make, every habit you cultivate, and every relationship you maintain either moves you closer to financial independence or keeps you stagnant. Conscious, deliberate, and consistent effort ensures that your life is defined by opportunity, security, and abundance. Ultimately, the journey toward financial success is a reflection of your choices, discipline, and mindset. By embracing these 8 smart habits, you take control of your financial future and create the conditions for lasting prosperity. Each habit reinforces the others, building a strong, interconnected system of practices that propel you forward. The result is not just wealth in the bank. It is freedom, confidence, and the ability to live life on your terms. The moment you commit to these habits is the moment your financial life begins to transform. The choices you make today, the discipline you exercise, and the mindset you maintain will determine your tomorrow. Wealth is available to anyone willing to adopt these principles, remain patient, and act consistently. Your future is not dictated by circumstance. It is built by deliberate action and intelligent habits. Every day is an opportunity to apply what you have learned, to strengthen your habits, and to make decisions that align with your long-term goals. Each small, intentional step compounds into significant progress, creating a trajectory that moves steadily upward. The discipline you cultivate, the knowledge you acquire, and the connections you build ensure that your financial journey is not left to chance, but guided by purpose, intelligence, and foresight. The life you envision, the security, freedom, and abundance you desire is within reach. It requires commitment, patience, and the consistent application of these 8 habits. Your financial future is built one decision at a time, one habit at a time, and one day at a time. And by embracing these practices, you lay the foundation for a life of prosperity, fulfillment, and true independence. The path is simple, the principles are clear, and the results are real for anyone willing to act.